Welcome and welcome back to Minecraft. So you've just created a new world in Minecraft Survival. Fantastic. It's very exciting. But now what do you do? Where do you go? What do you do after that? I mean, you want to kill the Ender Dragon, don't we all? But that lies far ahead. And killing the Ender Dragon is also just another beginning. It's not an end in itself. Consider this. If you want to kill the Ender Dragon, you need to activate an end portal. And to activate an end portal, you need to find a stronghold. But to find a stronghold, you need to craft an Eye of Ender. Actually, more than one. And to craft an Eye of Ender, you need to kill not only an Enderman, but also a Blaze. And to do that, you need to get to the Nether. And for that, you need a Nether portal, which means you need obsidian, and so on, all the way to today. That's what this series is all about. I intend to have as much fun as possible while I document, in a straight line by the shortest route possible, how to progress step by step in Minecraft Survival. I'll explain what we're doing and why, and I'll move things along from day one. That's the cool part. You can do your own thing and come back if you need to, or just follow along. Things are shaping up nicely, thank you very much. Last week we went on our first overland exploration expedition and discovered a ruined portal with not only obsidian, but also plenty of lava. This means we are now finally able to descend into the cavern we found in episode 2 in our quest for diamonds. We need those diamonds to mine obsidian for a nether portal. Yes, access to the nether is nearly within our grasp. We also need diamonds to build an enchanting table, so bedrock, here we come. What have I brought with me? Let's take a look. I've got swords and pickaxes, food and torches, wood and stone. I've also got 16 buckets in case we find lava and 7 arrows, but we don't have a bow. I guess I'm an optimist. I'm hoping to pick one up as we go along. Well, here we go. Wish me luck. This expedition is more like a surgical strike. I want to get in, get the diamonds and get out. If I was planning a longer stay in the cavern, I would have brought more wood, and definitely a bed. Look, there's some gravel. It's best to dislodge gravel when you come across it, and mine it for flint if possible. You don't want it coming down on your head. Ah, I see a floor. Let's go a little lower. Yes, there's some lava. The problem is it's flowing, so unless there's a pool, I won't be able to collect it. You can only collect lava source blocks in a bucket. I'll have to investigate that area further. I'm going to do a little side tunneling to create a safe bolt hole. Then I think I'll do a quick recce of this cavern floor and see if there's a pool of lava or even natural obsidian. There's water there after all. Then I'll decide what to do next. There might even be diamonds around. It looks like I can get easy access to the cavern floor here. Ah, look, here comes a zombie. I'm going to set an ambush. Gotcha! I'll close this gap and tunnel out the bolt hole. A bolt hole is a sort of mini den we can lure mobs into. You've got to be joking. We found diamonds already. How cool is that? Let me get them out. Remember, we came here to find diamonds, so it's not a huge surprise, but it certainly made this mission. What a luck. And don't forget to use the iron pickaxe to mine the diamonds. That's 6 diamonds in the bag. Okay, what do I do? I'll first see if there are any more diamonds. Then I'll finish off the bolt hole. We've achieved what we set out to do, but I'm not ready to go back to the den. We've only just arrived. The ruined portal isn't going anywhere, so I'll explore the cavern a bit and see if there's either lava or obsidian right here on our doorstep. And I can also be a bit calculated about getting a bow. Spiders and skeletons, you're gonna get it. The first thing I'll do is craft some planks, a crafting table, and then a chest. Cool. The main thing I want to stash in the chest are the diamonds. but I'll put a few other things in there too. So, right, now we're ready for action. The strategy here is to run out and place a few torches and then return to the bolt hole and see if anything follows you in. Then go out a bit further and do the same thing. Mobs won't spawn where you've placed torches, so you'll create a larger and larger safe area around your base of operations. Where did that spider go? Vanished it did. Yikes, there's an Enderman. Just avoid eye contact. We'll hunt them in the nether to get Ender pearls. Huh, and here's some more diamonds and some raw iron as well. We'll come back and mine them later. Great, here's a spider. Let's hope for some string. 3 pieces of string and I'll be able to make a bow. Let's see where we stand. I'll get some planks out of the chest and craft some sticks. Well, it's a good start, but we need one more piece of string. Let's explore further afield. I want to investigate the areas where I can see lava. Nope, no lava source blocks or obsidian here. I'll look further afield. That place looks interesting. Yay, here's a spider. Now hopefully I can finally get a bow. Yes! What I'm going to do now is harvest what resources I can. I've had no luck finding source blocks of lava, but that doesn't mean I've given up. I'll keep on going until I've used all my torches, then call it a day. If I have to, I'll go to the ruined portal and back. One way or the other, I'm getting that nether portal. Win-win. I like it. I see more diamond up there. Uh-oh, there's also a skeleton. I reckon it's time to deploy the new bow. Gotcha. Careful now, here's a crevasse. Wow, look down there. That looks like source blocks of lava. I'm gonna go and investigate, but I'll have to be super careful. I don't want to walk into a trap. Even more carefully now. I also don't want to accidentally take a lava bomb. Yes, yes, and yes. Total victory. We got the diamonds, we got the bow, and now we got the lava. Nether portal, you are mine. So I'll see you all back at the den. So here we are, back in the den. What an adventure that was. Let's take a look at our haul. 9 diamonds, that's excellent, and now I have access to more. I can easily tunnel down to bedrock from the bolt hole. Also the bow. And I got another worn out one, so I can craft a grindstone and repair my main bow if necessary. 16 buckets of lava, and more down there. With the 4 outside it means I have more than enough. We also got 16 chunks of raw iron. We'll need that. My iron sword is nearly done, so that needs to be replaced. Gold and gold armor. Some of those zombies were very well dressed. I also got a spider's eye. It'll go into the potions chest, as will the slime balls. They can be used to make magma cream, also a potion ingredient. I'm going to stow everything away and then get on with making the obsidian. So I'll see you shortly. It looks like we've got a spectator. Oh well. First things first, I'm going to craft the diamond pickaxe. Awesome. In my inventory I've got the 16 buckets of lava, a wooden spade and some dirt. Other than the usual, that is. You'll also see I crafted myself a new iron sword. So let's go outside. Just watch what I do. I know there are other methods, but this works for me. I've got 20 units of lava, so I'll do 2 batches of 10. I start by digging out 2 rows of 5 blocks. I'll do the second batch over here. Now I dig out every second hole in a zigzag pattern. You see where I'm going. I tip the lava into the holes. That's 5 in each, 10 in total. I'll use one of the empty buckets to go collect some water. You only need 1 bucket of water because you reuse it. I don't empty the water directly onto the lava. I pour it onto the dirt and let it flow over the lava, and presto, we've got our first blocks of obsidian. I'll pick up the water and do the second trench. Now we've got 10 blocks. Fantastic. Now I dig out the dirt from between the obsidian blocks and repeat the whole process. I'll also collect the lava I left in the trench. There we go, 20 blocks of obsidian. Right, it's time to deploy the diamond pickaxe. Yes, pickaxe, your moment has come. Guess what I've got in my hand? Obsidian? No, it's my ticket to the nether. So let's go and build a nether portal. Earlier we descended into the depths and came back victorious. Now, just like in previous episodes, I'm going to take some time, and once again I'm going to enlarge the den. Before we can cross into the nether, we need to do something very important, something that will give us a vital advantage. Among many other things, it will also finally explain why we needed the extra obsidian, and diamonds, and of all things, a book. When I'm done, I'll take you on a tour and it'll all become clear. Right, I've done a little hunting, gathering, and quite a bit of digging, so let me show you around. You can see I've added more windows and it looks so much better. The sugarcane has been harvested, it served its purpose for now, and we'll come to that shortly. The stone chest is good, as is the wood chest, and the resources chest now has the empty lava buckets plus the one with water as well as the usual. I've stashed a few loose ends in the trip chest as well as more food, and the potions chest now has the slime balls, spider's eye and some sugar, crafted from some of the sugarcane of course. Sugar is also a potions ingredient. The dream chest has a few diamonds, our gold and 20 blocks of iron. You'll see I've smelted all the raw copper into ingots. I did that because I wanted to max out my XP. Again, we'll come to that shortly. The nether chest now has all sorts of useful things. We'll have to think carefully about what to take on our first trip into the nether. That I'm going to leave for next. So now we come to this area, the enchanting zone. And as you can see, that's where the most dramatic change has been made. Let's go to the crafting table. I'll explain as I go along. The first thing I want to craft, finally, is an enchanting table. You can see it needs a book, 2 diamonds and 4 obsidian blocks. Isn't it amazing that we've gathered all of those ingredients? Things have certainly moved along. Awesome. I also made a ton of paper from the sugarcane and used all of the leather I had on hand to make books, 22 in total. We'll use the books to make bookshelves. Bookshelves boost your enchantments. We'll look into that in a minute. There we go, 7 bookshelves. So now let's talk about XP. This is my XP right here. There are many ways to earn XP. You get XP from combat, hunting, mining, and smelting, as well as other activities. But the most important thing about XP is if you die, you lose it all and you have to start over. The first few seconds in the nether can be fraught, and the chance of dying is quite high. You can simply step off a cliff or into some lava, or gas can blast you, or a multitude of other things. Or none of the above, and you can emerge in a cavern, protected from harm. The point I'm trying to make is I don't want to take the chance. That's why I need to do as much enchanting as possible now, before I cross into the nether. I'll place the enchanting table here, on this magma block, just for the look of things. I picked up the magma block at the ruined portal in last week's episode, if you remember. Let's get some lapis lazuli and take a look. In the enchanting table there are 3 levels. I'm only interested in the bottom one. It'll give us the most powerful enchantment. For starters, I want to enchant 3 things: my bow, the diamond pickaxe, and my sword. I'll start with the bow. There you have it. I can get power 1 for 3 lapis and 3 XP. What about the diamond pickaxe? Efficiency 1, that's great. Let's take a look at the sword. Knockback 1, that knocks your enemy backward and gives you a little time and some room. Now I'll place the bookshelves and look again. From what I understand, the bookshelves must be placed within 2 blocks of the enchanting table, so I'll place 3 here and put the other 4 on either side. Isn't it also amazing that this is all here because of the sugarcane? That's already better. You see, power 2, and it's the same cost, 3 lapis and 3 XP, so excellent, I'll take it. The pickaxe, efficiency 2, I'll take that too. And the sword, knockback 1, okay, I'll still take it. My bow now has more power, my diamond pickaxe is more efficient, and my sword knocks my enemies backwards. Isn't that great? I've still actually got 13 XP. The more bookshelves you surround your enchanting table with, the more XP it takes, and the more powerful the enchantment. So watch this space. What I'm going to do now is enchant as many things as I can until I've used as much XP as I can. So I'll see you shortly. I got much more enchanting done than I expected. Let's take a look. You'll see I enchanted my armor and the iron pickaxe as well. I also crafted and enchanted some stone pickaxes. We can use them in the nether. Which brings me to the most important event of this week. Yes, finally, the moment has come. Let's get some obsidian and 1 flint and steel. This is so exciting. There we go. We've had a lot of fun getting to this moment. Let's fire it up. So, next week we're crossing through this, and again, I just can't wait.